Good morning. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. We are now going to do our meditation that we do every week prior to our Sunday celebration service. This meditation, I will start with a short reading from the 365 Science of Mind, and then we will go into silent meditation with some accompanying music and video. And then I'll bring you out of the meditation. So here's the reading for today. It's called this, I Sense the Divine Presence Within Me. The Spirit of God is an undivided and indivisible wholeness. It fills all time with its presence and peoples all space with the activity of its thought. Your endeavor then is not so much to find God as it is to realize His presence and to understand that this presence is always with you. Nothing can be nearer to you than that which is the very essence of your being. Your outward search for God culminates in the greatest of all possible discoveries, the finding of Him at the center of your own being. Life flows up from within you. So today, as we go into meditation, if you would like, you could contemplate this thought. I recognize the life of God responding to me from every person I meet. I recognize the life of God responding to me from every person I meet. Now I'll bring you out of the meditation at 10:05. Now you can bring your awareness gently back into the space. Those are beautiful visuals done by Heather. Beautiful music, very peaceful. And now I'll finish the reading. And it says, I know that my search is over. I am consciously aware of the presence of Spirit. I have discovered the great reality. I am awake to the realization of this presence. There is but one life. Today, I see it reflected in every form, back of every countenance, moving through every act, knowing that the divine presence is in everyone I meet, the Spirit in all people. I salute the good in everything. And now, take a little break. Come back and join us for our service starting at 10:15. Thank you.
In my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am
you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living, it's you and me. One light shining, it's you and me. One love loving, it's you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
Beautiful opening video. Thank you very much, Heather Abbott, and welcome to everyone. We are the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, and this is our Sunday celebration service. We're so very grateful that you have chosen to invite us into your homes this morning. Thank you so very much. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. Our center, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive faith, philosophy, and way of life, a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Our community is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deep and abiding connection with each other and with the God of their understanding. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. We do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by consciously practicing the truth of our oneness and unity with God in our everyday lives. Where you are welcome here no matter where you are on your spiritual path. So I have a few announcements, as always, for us this morning. And in case you haven't heard, we have a new home. We will be meeting in person as a community at the Lodge at Crossroads, 200 Brisbane Woods Way in Cary. The Sundays we will be in the room are Sunday, September 6th and 20th, October 4th and 11th, November 1st and 15th, and December 6th and 20th. Now, I mentioned Sunday, September 20th as one of the days that we will be having service in our new sanctuary at the Lodge at Crossroads. I would like each of you, not only to be there for the service, but to also invite you to mark your calendars for a second important event on that date. We will also be facilitating a community town hall meeting following the service on that Sunday. The Leadership Council and I will be updating the community on all things center. If you are able to be with us, if you're unable to be with us in the room, then the meeting will also be held on Zoom. So if you're watching the live streaming, then you would go to a different link and connect in with Zoom to be able to participate in the town hall meeting. The other Sundays of each month will be facilitated online only, and we will continue to do what we always do, and that is to bring forward deep and thoughtful messages and music each Sunday via StreamYard. As always, the meditation is at 9:45 and the service at 10:15. This is an announcement of the return of the Basement series, which is part of TCSL's spiritual education. Beginning in September, we will once again facilitate a class called Living a Surrendered Life. We first taught the class at the beginning of the year, and everyone loved it and felt they grew in their understanding of surrender over the 8 weeks. It is a class created by Michael Singer, renowned author, teacher, and speaker. In this course, you will learn about your true relationship to the world unfolding around you and to the thoughts and emotions that are constantly arising within you. But most importantly, you will come into touch with the real you, the indwelling consciousness that is witnessing it all. The intention of this course is to change your entire perspective of life. Woo! I think you should just sign up right now immediately. Every session will challenge you to go beyond yourself. The class will be facilitated over 8 Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, beginning Tuesday, September 15th. It will be held in the Raleigh area. The class is $150 and must be paid in full by September 10th. Register at info@trianglecsl.org. We are accepting 10 participants, so I encourage you to register early. Let's talk Gourmets for God. Now, Gourmets for God is a unique community builder and fundraiser for our center. The events are created and hosted by TCSL people. They involve inspired meals and other activities of all different kinds. Anyone can bid. There is no limit to how many events you can bid for, and you do not need to be a member of TCSL to participate. We have 6 events this year, and they are detailed in, fully on these slides that you're going to be seeing as I'm talking, and on our website. So I encourage you, if you want more information, to go to them and check it out. Today, I'm simply announcing them because today is the last day of bidding. Let me repeat that again. Today is the last day of bidding. So our first event is a bowl bonanza and house concert combo. The event is held on Friday, September 11th. The dinner is at 6 and the concert is at 7 o'clock. Hosts are Letha and Miles Costin. The location is Blue Jay Point at Falls Lake in Raleigh. If that feels like a long drive for you, I am telling you it is well worth it. The seats are, there are 25 seats available. The minimum bid is $50. Now, Jessie Powers, who you maybe have heard because she's sung not only with us in person, but also online, is the featured musician for the concert. Please take a look at this video from her.
The sooner you let go, the sooner you make room for something else. Oh, child, let it slide.
Hello, Triangle CSL. This is singer-songwriter Jessie Powers. You may recognize me from some of your Sunday morning live streams. I've also been there in person several times over the years because my brother lives in Holly Springs. Woo woo. Anyway, I'm coming back to see y'all on September 11th this year for your Gourmets for God event. So come on out. I know I've heard there's going to be some really good nosh, and it will benefit the center, and you'll be supporting independent New Thought artists like me, actually me specifically, which is great. And Anyways, I've got a ton of new music to share with y'all and some really great stories. And so I'm really excited to see you again. And yeah, come out for Gourmets for God on September 11th.
From the west unto the east. The sooner you let go, the sooner.
Thank you very much, Jesse, for that. The second event is a movie night, Saturday, September 19th. The hosts are Rebecca Fouts and Kyle Morano. The location is in Cary. The movie is The Sheep Detective. The food is shepherd's pie. There are 15 seats available, and the minimum bid is $30. The third event is called Magical and Mystical Messages from Higher Consciousness Beings. The event is Friday, October 2nd from 6:30 to 9:30. The hosts are Vincent and Eileen Jenna. The location is Holly Springs. There are 10 seats available. The minimum bid is $60. And I would just suggest that if you want to attend this event, you need to bid high. It is always a very popular event, and people walk away from it really transformed. So please consider that. The fourth event is a game night with Taco Bar. The event is Friday, October 9th from 6:30 to 9:30. The hosts are the lovely Heather Abbott and my own sweet self. The location is in Cary. There are 20 seats available, and the minimum bid is $30. The fifth event is Pizza and Jeopardy with the Carnses. The event is Saturday, November 7th from 1 o'clock until 4 p.m. So if you're more interested in an afternoon event, this would be a great one to sign up for. The hosts are Diane and John Carnes. The location is the Pittsboro-Farrington Village area. There are 8 seats available, and the minimum bid is $30. And the sixth and final event is DIY Thrifty Gifts for the Holidays. The event is Saturday, November 14th from 12 o'clock to 4 p.m., also another afternoon event. The hosts are Barbara Kane and Carol Cross. The location is in Durham. There are 10 seats available, and the minimum bid is $35. Then come the events, right? The bidding finishes tonight, then come the events. The events are from August 14th through November 15th. So please consider joining us by bidding on one or more of these events. You will be very glad you did. It's really a phenomenal, not only fundraiser, but also a friend raiser. So please consider joining us. I have already announced that we have a new home and that we will be meeting there as a community 2 Sundays each month through the end of the year. Now, in order to facilitate the service with ease and grace, we are inviting everyone in the community to powerfully step into the spiritual practice of sacred service by volunteering to assist in the setup of our sanctuary at the Lodge at Crossroads. As we have experienced at other locations, we have no storage area at this site. Heather and Reverend and myself, I was going to say Reverend Dusty, whoever that is, arrive at 8 o'clock to be ready for the meditation, and they need assistance to bring in all of the chairs, tables, AV equipment, candles, all things that we need that are essential in really creating the space into the space, and then we need assistance in getting it all laid out. So please send an email to info@trianglecsl.org, and I thank you ahead of time for your willingness and your generosity. This is a save the date announcement for a special ordination ceremony. We will be celebrating the ordination of Reverend Chaplain Jim Rigsby. The celebration will take place on Saturday, September 26th at the Unitarian Universal Fellowship of Raleigh, located at 3313 Wade Avenue in Raleigh itself. Please RSVP to jimrigsby@gmail.com. That's jimrigsby@gmail.com. As we continue to announce, our 2026 Wednesday evening services have changed. They do, however, continue to be a midweek pick-me-up. The new concept is called A Year of Value. It is a journaling self-study program in which you will receive a quality each week on Wednesday by email. That quality, that different quality each week, comes along with all kinds of resources to grow that quality in your life. By focusing on the many different aspects of leading an exemplary life, we believe it supports participants in truly making 2026 a year of value. To sign up, send an info to, you guessed it, info@trianglecsl.org, indicating your desire to participate. Before moving on, I would like to thank Diane Carnes for her lovely meditation. And thank you very much, Diane. And now, please, let's welcome her back to the stage.
Good morning. Good morning. Our theme for this year, 2026, is Open at the Top. And our theme for the month of August is The Fear and the Furious. And Reverend Dusty's message today is Mobilizing Anger. We are now going to do our blessings of all faiths. And I'd like you to welcome to the front my husband John and Marianne. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The science of mind and spirit is the path of divine principle, the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love, that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne and John. Now I would like to do an invocation, a blessing on the service. And if you would, just take a moment to take a deep breath, maybe close your eyes. Bring yourself fully into the moment, into the space. And with that breath, let go of any stress that you might be carrying in your body. I want to say a word of blessing on the service today, knowing that everyone watching it now or in the future is blessed and inspired. I want to say especially a word of blessing on Heather for the wonderful presence that she is, for the beautiful music and graphics that she prepares for us, and all that she does to stream the service today and every time, so that we can enjoy the service now and in the future. And I also bless Cindy Johnson in advance for her beautiful gift of song. She has a voice of an angel, and we're going to be hearing her shortly. And I want to bless the whole congregation and all the volunteers who work behind the scenes to support the center in so many ways and to support the services. And finally, I bless Reverend Justin for sharing herself, her incredible presence of love and her wisdom with us today. And I know that her words are divinely inspired, and that everyone listening now or in the future receives exactly what they need to hear. And I am knowing that this is going to be an amazing service, and it is with God. Thank you. Today's reading is from Reverend Jackie Harris, Associate Minister at Mile High Church. And she says, in Science of Mind, we affirm all emotions, anger included, are sacred invitations into deeper awareness, choice, and growth. Anger is not something to be feared, repressed, or denied. It is a powerful signal from within, pointing to where healing, boundaries, or justice are needed. When we bring consciousness to our anger, we reclaim our ability to choose, not to react from pain, but to respond from clarity and intention. As spiritual beings, we are called not to bypass difficult emotions, but to engage them as teachers. When anger is acknowledged and transformed through spiritual practice, it becomes a liberating and creative force. We remember that divine intelligence flows through all aspects of our being, including our emotions. Let us stay open at the top, willing to feel, willing to listen, and willing to grow, and use our sacred anger as fuel for love, truth, and meaningful change. And now it's time for the beautiful Cindy Johnson.
Thank you. This song is called Let Love Lead the Way, and it's by Karen Drucker and my friend Claudia Carawan. When my world is not okay, when there's roadblocks in my way, when I feel anger and upset, these words will bring me home. Let love lead the way. 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 When we can't see eye to eye, no matter how we try, we can find our harmony if you sing along with me. Let love lead the way. 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 In everything, love will be the gift I bring to give and to receive straight from the heart. let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. Ah, let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. Each morning when I wake, there's a choice that I can make. In everything I do and say, I'll let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. I'll let love lead the way.
Absolutely beautiful, Cindy. Thank you so very much for that song. It's perfect for today's message, as you always tap into just the right and perfect song. So thank you so very much for that. Welcome to those of you who may have just turned on your televisions or your computers at home. We are so very blessed that you have chosen to join us. Our theme for the month of August is the fear and the furious. My message is mobilizing anger, and the underlying contemplative question is, how can we transform, or in this case, mobilize our anger into compassionate action for collective good? I'm going to start off today just by saying anger often gets a bad rap. I mean, really, it often gets a bad rap. While it is cast as the emotion that we all should outgrow, the one that makes us appear irrational or difficult or unsafe, it is actually so much more than that. It often shows up as the part of us that still knows that something matters. It arises when a boundary has been crossed, or something precious has been violated, or when we have abandoned ourselves for much too long, or when we witness a wrong that our spirit absolutely refuses to normalize. Sometimes anger is present because of what is happening around us in the world, but sometimes it is activated by an old wound or an unmet need or a story that we continue to keep telling ourselves again and again and again, and have been doing so for years. But always, underneath that heat lives a quiet intelligence. The quiet intelligence says, this is important, or this is not okay, or something about this needs to change. This quiet intelligence holds a sacred spark. Now, the sacred spark in anger isn't destruction, it's discernment. It's the fire that burns away the lie that we must accept everything peacefully. It can give us the courage to speak, to leave, to protect, to repair, or to create something different. The invitation isn't to suppress anger, nor is it to worship it. It is, however, to listen closely enough to discover what the anger is trying to protect. The shift is not from anger to the absence of anger, but it is from raw fire to a directed fire. When we silence anger without listening to it, we may overlook the deeper truth that anger is trying to reveal. resentment grows, boundaries weaken, and hurt just goes by unnoticed or unspoken. Conversely, when we allow anger to take over, it can distort our perception of what is happening, leading us to react in ways that harm ourselves and others. The work is to pause long enough to ask, what is the anger trying to protect? What does it want me to see? And what would be the most skillful expression of that truth that I could step into? The pause is where transformation is actually possible. Fire is both powerful and demanding. Left untended, it can consume indiscriminately. Carefully tended, however, it can become a source of warmth, light, and transformation. The same is true of anger. The difference lies in whether the anger is governed by reaction or is it guided by purpose. The goal is not to eliminate anger, but to understand it well enough that our response, not our reaction, but our response is grounded in wisdom and compassion rather than reactivity. Instead of turning anger into punishment, we can turn it into boundaries. Instead of contempt, we can turn it into discernment. Instead of blame, we can turn it into accountability. Instead of outrage that consumes us, we can turn it into actions that actually build something. Skillful redirection doesn't mean becoming passive or really being endlessly gentle in the face of harm. Compassion can be fierce. Compassion can say no. It can confront, it can organize, it can resist, it can protect, and it can demand change. The difference is that we are no longer allowing anger to direct how we act. We are allowing it to reveal what matters, yes, and then we are taking that time to pause so that we can choose our response with intention. Perhaps the goal isn't to put out the fire, but to be able to learn how to carry it without burning the house down. The sacred spark doesn't have to be extinguished. It can become a lantern, something that assists us to see clearly enough to move toward a more just world. Anger is rarely meant to remain an isolated emotion. When shared in community, it can become something larger than personal frustration. It can become a collective fire. There are moments when anger is simply not about one person's hurt, but about a wound that is carried by many. A pattern of injustice or exclusion or exploitation or neglect can and will affect an entire community. When people begin to recognize that they are not alone in what they are experiencing, this individual anger can transform into shared conviction. This collective fire has the power to illuminate what has long remained hidden. It brings into view the systems, the habits, and the assumptions that quietly perpetuate harm. It gives voice to those who have felt unheard and strength to those who believe that they have stood alone. What begins as something is wrong can become, together we can make it right. Communities flourish when they allow anger to become disciplined rather than destructive. Shared anger can inspire courageous conversations and create problem solving, advocacy, and acts of solidarity that no individual person could accomplish on their own. It becomes energy directed toward healing rather than revenge, justice rather than retaliation, and restoration rather than division. In healing communities, anger is not feared or celebrated for its own sake. Right? It is not a means to an end. It is honored as a signal that something is occurring, something is happening that deserves our attention. Together, people ask, what truth is this anger revealing? What values are being called to defend? What collective future are we trying to build? Shared wisely, anger becomes much more than an emotional response. It becomes a shared resolve. Throughout history, righteous anger has often been the spark behind humanity's most transformative moments. The struggle for civil rights, the pursuit of environmental justice, and the ongoing work to build more equitable societies did not begin with indifference. They were movements that were fueled not by hatred, but by anger transformed into disciplined compassion and courageous action. They begin with people who recognize that something precious to each and every single one of us was being diminished, and they refused to accept it as inevitable. At its best, righteous anger is not rooted in hatred. It is rooted in love. Love for human dignity, love for the flourishing of all creation, and love for the conviction that our communities can do better. They can become more inclusive, more understanding, more compassionate, and more loving. We can do better. Yet anger, however justified, is only the beginning. Within a spiritual community, our calling is not merely to acknowledge the anger that is coming up within us individually or collectively, but to mobilize it with wisdom and purpose. Anger provides the energy to awaken us, but our deepest values determine where that energy flows. Without discernment, anger can harden into resentment or division. Guided by love, humility, and courage, it becomes a force for healing and transformation. To mobilize anger purposefully means really allowing our discomfort to become advocacy, our grief to become service, our frustration to become faithful action, and our conviction to become sustained commitment. It means building relationships, strengthening communities, speaking the truth with integrity, and working patiently for the common good, even when progress feels so very slow. This is the distinctive work of a spiritual community. We do not deny anger, nor do we allow it to define us. We receive it as an invitation to listen more deeply, to love more courageously, and to act more faithfully. We recognize that the fire of righteous anger can illuminate injustice, but it is the steady light of compassion that sustains the long game, the long work of transformation. Historical wisdom reminds us that meaningful change begins when people refuse to accept what is broken. Spiritual wisdom reminds us that meaningful change endures when it is rooted in love. Cindy sang about it today. We become angry because something we cherish feels threatened. We grieve the betrayal of trust because we value relationships. We protest injustice because we believe that people possess inherent dignity. We defend a boundary because we know that our well-being matters. If we were to strip away all of the anger, we would discover that something surprisingly tender is standing at the center. Standing quietly at the center, and that surprisingly tender thing is love. The challenge is to keep love at that center. Anger may provide the energy to confront what is wrong, but love gives that energy its direction. Without love, anger easily becomes resentment or revenge, but with love, anger can become courage, advocacy, boundary setting, forgiveness, and faithful action. Our task then is not simply to acknowledge and to feel anger at the world's wounds, but to become people through whom healing can happen, through whom feeling can flow. In that way, anger becomes more than just a reaction to what is wrong. It becomes the spark that kindles communities to take compassionate action and to right those wrongs. Perhaps this is why some of the most transformative people in history have held both fierce conviction and profound compassion and love. Their anger was never an end in itself. It was an expression of love that refused to accept the diminishment of human dignity. They allowed love to shape the fire rather than letting the fire consume the love. When we remember that love lies at the core of anger, we no longer have to choose between a tender heart and a courageous voice. We can hold both. We can speak with conviction because we care. We can set boundaries because we value relationships. We can pursue justice because we believe that every person is worthy of dignity. Now, anger may be the flame that we first noticed, but if we look close enough, we often find that love has been tending to that fire all along. The question is not whether we will experience anger. We will. We absolutely will. The deeper question is, what will we do with it? Anger is a powerful source of energy. Left unchecked, it can divide, it can harden hearts, and it can actually deepen conflict. But when guided by wisdom and compassion, that same energy can become a force for healing, justice, and connection. The difference lies not in the intensity of the anger, but in the intention that shapes it. To channel anger wisely, we begin by listening, reverently listening before reacting. We ask what our anger is trying to tell us, what value has been violated, what suffering has stirred our hearts, what love is asking to be expressed. These questions assist to allow transformed anger to be not just a reflex, right, but a source of insight. Wisdom also reminds us that meaningful change is rarely accomplished through outrage alone. It requires patience and humility and the willingness to work alongside of others. Anger may awaken us to a problem, but compassion shows us how to address it without losing sight of the humanity of those around us, even those with whom we disagree. This does not mean abandoning conviction or remaining silent in the face of injustice. It means refusing to let contempt become the language of our response. During the American Civil Rights Movement, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. often spoke about anger at racism, anger at segregation, anger at violence. He did not tell people that injustice should make them feel nothing. Quite the contrary, he regarded moral outrage as necessary. But he insisted that anger be transformed into disciplined, loving action. The civil rights protesters who marched, sat at segregated lunch counters, endured arrests, and faced violence often expressed profound anger at the unjust systems. Yet the movement's philosophy of non-violence deliberately prevented that anger from becoming revenge. The goal was not to humiliate or to destroy the oppressor, but to awaken consciousness and to transform the relationship between the oppressor and the oppressed. King summarized the principle in the idea that love is not merely a feeling, but capable of confronting injustice without reproducing it. The bottom line is that anger provides the energy, wisdom provides direction, compassion supplies intent, and love supplies the ultimate aim. The result is not the absence of anger, but anger transformed. Within a spiritual community, anger finds its highest purpose when it moves us beyond reaction into faithful action. It becomes the courage to really advocate for those whose voices have been overlooked, the determination to repair what has been broken, the perseverance to continue working when change comes about ever so slowly, and the generosity to build bridges where other people are only seeing barriers. Every movement toward a more just and compassionate world begins with ordinary people choosing to direct their emotional energy toward the common good. They refuse to allow anger to become bitterness. Instead, they transform it into service. They turn frustration into generosity, grief into solidarity, conviction into action, and hope into practice. Perhaps the invitation that is before us today is not to extinguish the fire of anger, but to tend to it wisely. When anger is shaped by wisdom, anchored in compassion, and guided by love, it becomes so much more than an emotional response. It becomes a catalyst for meaningful change, uplifting communities, strengthening relationships, and drawing us toward a future where justice and mercy can walk hand in hand together. The world does not simply need people who are angry about what is wrong. They need people who are angry about what is wrong, but not just that. It needs people who are collectively mobilized by that anger, by the anger that has been refined by wisdom, enlarged by compassion, and directed by love. Such people enable us to challenge systems without dehumanizing people. Such people allow us to speak truth without abandoning grace, and to pursue accountability while remaining open to restoration. Such people become agents of meaningful change, not because their voices of anger are louder than everybody else's, but because their lives become living expressions of the healing that they so long to see. the healing that we so long to have in the world today. Now, I don't know about all y'all, but that is the world that I want to live in. And so it is. So I invite you to close your outer eyes and turn within for a moment of prayer. Truly, really feeling that presence of God within me as I close my eyes, as I turn inward, as I allow my awareness of that presence to expand. I feel it in every cell of my body. And I recognize not as something outside of myself, as the love, the unconditional love that I arrived on the planet with. The unconditional love that is the presence of the divine itself. I know that it is who and what I am, that I can never be separate from that unconditional love. Created by it, out of it, I am its unique and individualized expression in the world, here to bring it forward in my own unique way. And just as I know that this is my truth, I know that it is absolutely the truth of each and every person listening today, each and every person that will listen to this at some other point in time, all sentient beings on the planet. We are connected by that golden thread of love that weaves itself throughout all of life. And it is from that space of unity that I speak these words about and for each of us today, truly knowing that we are spiritual beings having a human incarnation. And that while we may experience challenges that trouble us, behaviors that push all of our buttons, injustice that is simply not right, that love is either present everywhere or nowhere. And what I believe is that it's present everywhere. And so I know that, underneath the heat, underneath the injustice, underneath the anger, underneath the profound indifference, that God is. And that we can bring forward that presence of God, that presence of love, that presence of peace into the experience by remembering who and what we are, by remembering the truth that love is present. We can use that love to guide our anger. We can use compassion to enhance the work that we are doing in the world, who we are being. That truly, if we come forward driven by that anger, but that anger that is guided by love, that we can make unbelievable changes in the world. That we can and we will. So I claim ease and grace for us around channeling that anger in that way, in that transformed way, in that enlightened way. Knowing that it is a force capable of making so many amazing changes, of transforming the experiences that we are experiencing, and bringing forward a more just and loving and compassion and equitable and inclusive world. And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes, that my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and I release them into that law, letting go and letting God be God. I invite everyone to anchor this prayer for themselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. It is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love and warmth in the Greater Triangle area. Together, we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 ways that you can give, and they're listed here on your screens. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can send a check to PO Box 4062 at Cary, North Carolina, 27519. I invite everyone to close your eyes again one more time as I speak a word of blessing on this offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded awareness of all of the ways that we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all of this abundance by practicing, sharing, and giving. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all for your gift, and I thank God for the gift of each and every single one of you. And so it is. And now I invite you to please welcome the amazing Cindy Johnson back to her piano.
So many chances, so many questions, so many roads to take, so many choices laid on the table. We don't know which one to make. All the feelings, all the failures, we fight to rise above. If the choice is mine to make, I choose love. Too many hearts all searching for someone to handle them with care. Too many souls so hungry and helpless, believing there's no one there to light the way in the darkness, like the white wings of a dove. If the choice is mine to give, I give love. It's too easy being cynical. It's not enough to just survive. The heroes are the ones who hope and keep the dream alive. The dream of all of the people breathing together, sharing one time and space, searching the eyes of each passing stranger and finding the same sweet grace. It's a simple little miracle we all keep dreaming of. The answer's very clear. If we want to make it here, the choice is love or fear. I choose love.
Now it's time for our affirmations. So, in the comfort of your own home, please stand. This is a call and response. Please repeat it with meaning. I affirm that by approaching anger with curiosity and compassion, I allow myself to listen deeply and recognize the wisdom behind the emotion.
I affirm that by approaching anger with curiosity and compassion, I allow myself to listen deeply and recognize the wisdom behind the emotion.
By doing this, my anger transforms from an impulsive reaction into a powerful doorway for insight, growth, and spiritual evolution.
By doing this, my anger transforms from an impulsive reaction into a powerful doorway for insight, growth, and spiritual evolution.
I know that throughout history, righteous anger has been the spark behind many transformative movements.
I know that throughout history, righteous anger has been the spark behind many transformative movements.
Therefore, as a member of the one global family, it is my responsibility to not simply acknowledge anger, but to mobilize it purposefully.
Therefore, as a member of the one global family, it is my responsibility to not simply acknowledge anger, but to mobilize it purposefully.
I understand that beneath my anger often lies profound love for justice, well-being, dignity, and for the values that I hold dear.
I understand that beneath my anger often lies profound love for justice, well-being, dignity, and for the values that I hold dear.
By honoring this love, I channel my anger into meaningful, courageous action toward a world that works for all.
By honoring this love, I channel my anger into meaningful, courageous action toward the world that works for all.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And now, the end of the service, let's just take a brief moment to turn within. Close your eyes if you'd like. And just acknowledge that one source that I call God, a spiritual essence that pervades everything and everyone, and acknowledging our oneness with that presence. There is loving energy in this service, in this room. Energy of love and appreciation for the opportunity to be here today, enjoying community together, even if online, and receiving a new perspective regarding motivating anger into compassionate action. I know our spirits are uplifted, and we are now able to share this upliftment and wisdom with others. Our hearts and minds are open, filled with gratitude. Gratitude for Reverend Dusty, her presence, her light, and her love, and gratitude for her powerful message today about anger, of mobilizing anger, and with love and compassion into courageous action and ultimately healing. And in spirit gratitude for everyone who make this service happen. Dusty, Heather, Cindy Johnson, and all our volunteers. I say it's a wonderful Good God Day. And so it is.
And so it is. I echo Diane's gratitude to all of the people that had anything to do with the service, to Heather, to Diane herself, to Cindy Johnson for her beautiful music, for each and every one of you out there that is participating in the service. We see you, we feel you, we know that you're there, and we're so very grateful for all of that. So have a truly amazing week. Enjoy the rest of this Good God Day, and know that you are loved by me. And so it is. Bye, everybody.